All right, guys, welcome back to the Real South Africa. We had a special event here in South Africa. We had Phillip Scott from the African Diaspora News Channel and his group here. We hosted them in Johannesburg, and also we hosted them in Durban. They truly had an amazing experience, so keep watching. We have a few people that wanted to talk to y'all, so we're going to bring them, and just check it out. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. This is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism. I know some of you guys have been with us for a long time, and I'm sure you have already subscribed. But for those who haven't subscribed yet or have just found our channel in the last few months, go ahead and subscribe. We put out a lot of content. It gives you a great idea what South Africa really is. Keep in mind that we actually do live in South Africa. Our story started back in 2010. We moved here full time in 2018, and we've been doing tourism and actually living here, doing all the things that residents do here in South Africa. So I think that you will find it valuable if you are looking at coming here as a tourist, because our people ultimately end up coming here and say, wow, I didn't realize all this existed, because they had guides, they had all these different things. But going back to the group trip we did, we had about 45 people, maybe one or two more on this trip, and they had an amazing time. They had the opportunity to go to Johannesburg. We did a lot of things in Johannesburg, and I will be putting that footage out as time rolls on. And then we put everybody on the plane, and then we went to Durban. Now, Durban's a little bit off the beaten path for some, but I think they got there and they absolutely unequivocally enjoyed being able to do a lot of the shopping, doing a lot of the cultural stuff, learning about the history of KZN, or KwaZulu-Natal. I think I said it wrong, but nonetheless, that's the province. And they just picked up a lot of things about South Africa. I think Phil, which it was his first time in Durban, very first time, I think he found a little bit more about Durban as well, and realized there's a big difference between this city and that city and so forth. There is no one big homogenous South Africa. It's more to meet the eye. So we definitely have that. And then of course, we had like a little short snippet we want to give to you guys, because we had a couple that came in from Washington, DC. I know their backstory. I can tell you this. They walked away feeling a lot more confident about South Africa and felt really good about how everything went. Obviously, we got a lot of comments saying how well the trip went, how things go. And of course, we make sure you have guides. We make sure your hotels are immaculate. Make sure everything, your transportation is in order. Really, you don't have to worry about anything. And I think that's what the consensus, as people were leaving us messages, talking to us privately, because people like to talk privately and say, Mark, that trip was really nice, man. It was the best trip I've ever been on. And then I try to compare to other places, and they just shake their head and say, no, this right here, for various reasons. And then of course, while Phil was here, he had his own take. So I'm going to bring that to you as well. Keep in mind, he did it as a live on his channel, but obviously we're able to bring it to you as well. But we do try to make tourism to South Africa a thing. And then coming and doing it properly is the difference between night and day. So when people come here and they're like, wow, everything went well, it's the simple fact that they actually, walked away with a real strong knowledge of, South Africa is amazing. And so when you start seeing people in this space saying, hey, I want to move to South Africa, or those that have, moved to South Africa, in the last couple of years, and they're here, the excitement, because if you never experienced it, or if you're trying to compare it to somewhere else, I try to compare it to other places that a lot of people, like where we normally go as Americans, and they're like, no, this is something different. So all I would say is enjoy this video. Make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you send it out to everybody. And then of course you can go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com, and you can select your own travel locations. We got Joburg, we got Durban, we got Cape Town, we got combinations of those as well. You can also, which I like to bring to you, whatever package you pick, if you decide you want to go to Zimbabwe, there's an option on our website as well. And what will happen is, let's say you pick 6 days in Johannesburg, but you want to go to Vic Falls. Absolutely stunning. Then you would click that as well. Now you're going to be gone for 10 days because we're going to sort you out on your 6th day. Then we're going to fly you out to Victoria Falls, and then you're going to spend 4 days there. And then we will bring you back, and then you can fly back to the U.S. or wherever you came from. So the opportunities are here now. Everything has been formalized. It should be normalized that we are traveling to the continent, especially South Africa, simply because it's nice. That's all I can really say. So again, we will see you guys here in sunny South Africa. We got this couple here. Where y'all from again?
D.C. Washington.
Washington, D.C. Tell them what happened here in South Africa.
This was the most amazing vacation that I have ever had. They, Mark and Latasha, took care of all the details. All we had to do was sit back and relax and enjoy. I mean to tell you, this was amazing. They took us to see the most affluent people to the people in poverty. But
the up and coming people.
The up and coming people. Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
right. And so, I definitely have to come back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now absolutely. You have a decent introduction to South Africa. Proper introduction.
That's right. That's
okay.
right. Mm-hmm.
You got any kind words?
Oh, it was
Mr.
worth
Tibbs?
It was worth every penny. Every penny. Everything was nice.
Yeah, it was worth every penny.
Because some people see the price. Oh, that's so much.
Oh, but, no, not
but
at
you
all.
Get everything.
Right. That's right.
More than what you can imagine. I mean, it's just over and above. You all went over and above what anyone would expect. Yeah. It was
and we
really
moved the whole crowd pretty well. Mm-hmm. Kept everybody engaged for the most part.
And we got the history. I mean, the tour guides was fabulous. They gave us the history. They had our emotions all over the place. And so, I mean, all we had to do was just sit back, listen, and enjoy, and just...
But imagine coming without a tour guide. You wouldn't know nothing.
You'd be lost, right?
Yes.
What was that? Say that again?
You'd be lost if you didn't have a tour guide.
Yeah, I try to tell people that.
They know the history, know everything of what's going on. The best place to go.
Yeah.
You need a tour guide.
Yeah, a proper tour guide. And we make sure we have proper tour guides.
That's right.
That's great.
So cool.
Well,
thank you guys
much.
for trusting us to, no, seriously, to trusting us to do this because, a lot of us are a little afraid to come to Africa. For some odd reason, we're just a little afraid. Maybe we shouldn't be, but we are.
Yeah.
But we try to take out the mystery, so give you enough confidence to come. And then we deliver, and then boom, there you are.
Definitely did. You all definitely did.
Okay, all right, DC.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace. All right, guys, we're standing here in Soweto in sunny South Africa with Phil Scott. And of course, this is his third time here.
3.
Tell him about it.
Well, let me see. First time came in 2022.
Yeah.
Okay, liked it. Brought the family back 2023. All my kids. Even my grandbaby came. And then I contacted Real South Africa. So, you know what? I want to go, but I don't want to do nothing. I said, I want y'all to do it all. So Mark took care of my family and all of that, which is beautiful, right? So I usually don't trust my family with too many people. I just really don't, but I felt confident trust, my wife, Dr. Natasha, she's good people, and say you good people. So then now we partnered again. Brought how many people this time?
43, 44, somewhere there about that.
Then you had a cutoff point. Cause
I had to,
Yeah, so that's the kind of response, but it spells the reputation that they have. Understand something about me. If they did a, hood rat tour, we wouldn't be talking right now. Yeah. So that's why, we're still here and we definitely don't mind doing more in the future.
Absolutely. So guys, we'll see you guys in sunny South.
Okay, cool. I can put it right here. All right, so just giving y'all some reports from South Africa. First and foremost, the one thing I love about coming to places like South Africa and other places on the continent, of course, I get love from the brothers and sisters in America. I do. Certain cities I go to, people show me nothing but love. Even the brothers and sisters on the trip that came, about 45 people came. 45 people came. I'm gonna let y'all know. And shout out to Real South Africa, Mark and Dr. Latasha Blanton. They said even more people was trying to come even at the last minute, and they had to cut it off at 45. They could have had maybe 50 plus, 60. We don't know, but they cut it off at 45 because originally it wasn't supposed to be that many people, so they added more people to the trip. So it was a great group of people. Shout out to them. But let's get to what I kind of want to talk about here. Just for a little bit, and I'll tap in with y'all as I see y'all say, yeah, it's a good turnout. Yes, Buddy Brains. Yes, that's a great turnout. Actually, great. Everybody has said that, man, it ain't like what people said it was. I'm like, no. I said, do y'all really think I'll be getting on here telling y'all to go places where it's gonna be messed up? Like this is why I won't tell y'all to go no place gonna be messed up. Because I don't want y'all calling me about anything about, man, you said to go over there and man, it was messed up. Number two, I'm not gonna tell y'all to go somewhere that's hostile, that don't like Black Americans. I won't tell you that. I've asked people on the trip, hey, how you like it? How you think with the brothers and sisters all over here? He said, man, it's been nothing but love over here. I said, okay. I said, and I told him, I said, now you see why I say what I say. I said, and on this trip, I'm probably gonna go a little bit more harder when I get back about Black immigrants coming to America and doing that because they're not representing the continent. Because every time I come here, those brothers and sisters, when they even hear that, they're like, what the hell are they doing? Why are they doing that? Right? Everybody respects Black America. Everybody respects Black American culture. They respect us. We respect them. So what they're doing in America is not representative of what the brothers and sisters say here on this continent. Every single time. I told y'all that. When you come over to the continent, it's not the same. So, and I'm not saying all are doing that, but those who are coming there, they're coming there to try to assimilate into racism, white supremacy. And in order for them to assimilate, they have to be against Black Americans. They're not representing their homeland, not at all. All the brothers and sisters in the continent, they're fighting every day for their homeland. They're building up their homeland. They're not running. They're not doing anything like that. They're working very hard in their respective countries. And I got nothing but respect for them for that. I met some of them who did go to America. They went, they got the skills that they needed, and they came back to South Africa and applied those skills right here in South Africa. And I told that one brother that told me that, I said, brother, I like to hear that. I said, because that's what you need to do. Everybody can't run. You need to be building up South Africa. You need to build up Nigeria. You need to build up Ghana. You need to be building up all these different African countries. Everybody can't run. So I got nothing but respect and love for my brothers and sisters in South Africa, and they got nothing but love and respect for us, okay? So that's just clear, number one. Every time I come to the continent, I get opportunities that I don't get in my own country. Every time I come, I meet certain people, like, I went to the South African State Department the other day with the chief director, got a whole tour, met all these people in the South African State Department. Now, in my own country, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm always, going on TV, doing different things like that when I come to the continent. Not to say I don't even asking that, but you know what I'm saying? And, oh, Phil, come here, come there. Oh, we want you to meet this person, Phil. Meet that person. Like, just treat me better than I'm treated in my own country. And I remember one time y'all was talking about, one day we may lose Phil, right? Well, I'm still a Black American, right? That's just bottom line. I'm always gonna have love, and we built America. But when you show love other places, it's kind of easy to fall into it, or opportunities that you couldn't have, and because it don't make sense. Because when we sit down, and even when some people look at what we do, look at what we have actually built here, they're like, well, why? They're asking certain questions. And I tell them, look, I'm not part of there's an organization in America, and it's called the Boule. And you have to be a part of these Greek organizations to be in anything. And because I don't want to be in a Greek organization, I don't want to tap dance, then I'm excluded from certain things. And that's okay. That's quite okay if I'm excluded from certain things, right? I'd rather be included in things outside of America, but have to, than inside of it. That is perfectly fine for me. Because I'm a firm believer of go where you appreciate it, not where people are just treating you bad. That's just bottom line. Because trust me, y'all, I've seen how it works in America. You got to tap dance to get to certain levels. In order for people like Boulay Martin and Angela Rye and all of them do what they're doing, you got to tap dance. You understand what I'm saying? In order in America, for you to get to certain levels, you got to go to some Diddy parties. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. I'm not going to your Diddy party. I'm not doing that. Also in South Africa, there's always a lot I got to talk about South Africa when I get back. Man, it's a lot I'm talking about. A lot. One thing I'm getting reports from the ground. Some of y'all out here, employers, some people, are taking advantage of South African women. And because you're misusing, their misfortune, you want to take advantage. And I'm not going to, you know what I mean when I say take advantage. I'm going to talk about that more extensively because this is what people are telling me. And we have a platform, we can talk about this. Of course, I met Naledi, I met Renelle Way. They was, Naledi's cool. Renelle Way, she's a character. I give her that. They made some content, things like that. What else we done? I met some of the pictures you saw, the one brother holding a battery. That brother's going to innovate electric vehicles, where it basically, while it's driving, it's charging. The batteries are solid state batteries, so it doesn't have liquid. It's interesting. It's really interesting. I told that brother, man, look, he said, look, I want you to come to the launch, man, maybe toward the end of the year. And I said, you know what? All right. I say, I can be, hey, let me know, give me a good invite. And yeah, maybe I can swing on back down here to Johannesburg, man, and do that, because, everybody just tapping in. You say you're South African. Something else I found out. Do you know there's a group of people called the South African Black Americans? Didn't know that. There's a group of Black Americans that moved to South Africa, and that's what they call themselves, the South African Black Americans. I found that out more so when I was leaving Johannesburg. So I got to go find the South African Black Americans. Got to go find them. They got elections coming up soon. So, people are, some people have some voter apathy, some of the same problems that we have in Black America with politicians. That's basically what some of them are saying here in South Africa, the same issues. They're saying the older people, it's the same conversation. It mirrors, what we say in America. Also, the food prices remind me of 90s prices a little bit with the US dollar. I went in the store and I was pricing, like meat, things like that, $3.14 for, regular things, ground meat or something like that, even lamb, things like that. The fast food they have here, like McDonald's, KFC, all of that, $3.14. I'm talking about breaking it down American dollars. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. I mean, you literally, feed, all the people that you want to feed. You know what I'm saying? With the US dollar. You got your credit card or whatever, man, you good. You literally can feed your family like you used to and without spending $100 every freaking day. Right here in South Africa. I mean, you actually can live right. If you got an American dollar, you'll live good. That's for sure. Another thing. Yeah, meat in USA is $20, but it's not like that in South Africa. Not at all. So, yeah, you can afford it. Trust me, you can afford it. When I seen the price of food here, I think it's wicked and criminal. What they're doing to Americans in general with the food. Coca-Cola, of course, don't taste the same. In America, it tastes like liquid diabetes. Here, it tastes right because it's not as sweet. I tried, and I never eat this in America, a Krispy Kreme donut. Because Krispy Kreme, if I eat a donut like that, it bloats me and makes me feel sick. I ate one here. It's not as sweet. It's not sweet at all. And it didn't bloat me. And that was crazy. Cheese. I don't eat cheese in America because if I do, it's not going to be good for everybody else. I mistakenly ate cheese, didn't know some cheese was on it, and it didn't do anything to me. Once again, the food is poisoning and hurting our health in America. I mean, it's crazy. Wicked, wicked, wicked. You literally gotta watch everything you eat in that place. You have to fast. You gotta do a lot of things in that place to make it, So I'm learning a lot about that, the food and everything. So give me a clear path of what I'm gonna do when I even get back to America in the area of food. That's last Durban. So we got to Durban, and what'd you say? Have friends from Africa. They asked me, what do you call white people that move here from Africa? I mean, I don't know. I'm not really worried about them. But what I will say is this. You remember before we went to Durban and Cape Town, and I told y'all the first time I went to Cape Town, I'm like, where in the hell am I at? Like, what are all these folks here for? And that's one criticism some Black Americans had about South Africa, is that the folks, they're not in Johannesburg like that. You see them, but they're not like that, like they are in Cape Town. It's like you would land in Maine somewhere, at least in the tourist spots. Now, the brothers and sisters suffering in Cape Town, the colored communities and stuff like that, are suffering. But the folks, they trying to make that a little paradise for them. Now, I came to Durban. I will tell you this. Durban over Cape Town any day, because I want Durban look like how it's supposed to. Looks beautiful here in Durban, off the Indian Ocean. Durban is full of Black folk, and majority Black, and there's some East Indian people here. I met them. They was all cool. The folks, you see them sprinkled in here and there, not like it is in Cape Town. So, just my opinion, go to Johannesburg, go to Durban. That's it. I mean, at least stay from Cape Town. Now, Naledi brought up a point about Cape Town. I didn't think about it. She said, even though I can't stand Cape Town either, because Naledi and Renell said Durban, not Cape Town, right? But she brought up a point. She said, even though I can't stand it, and it's too many of them folks that be coming there too much, she said, the only thing, she said, is we can't really let it go, though. She said, because we don't want them to really get a foothold down there. I said, Naledi, you're 100% right. What you just said. I mean, because Cape Town is your country. You can't let them folks, because that's what they doing. They flood, from America, from Europe, Australia, like anywhere, them people are flooding to go down there to Cape Town. They don't hang out in Johannesburg like that, but they behind out in Cape Town. So I even told Mark, I said, look, man, if we do this again, it's only Johannesburg and Durban, bro. He said, man, I love Durban. I'm not even trying to fool Cape Town like that, So yeah, it's better for our people to be in Durban. It's just bottom line. I see you talking about Cape Town, bro. I don't want to be in Cape Town for no reason unless it's some business I had to do down there. I'm cool. I'd rather be in places where our people is at. If I want to go to a place like that, I can go to a place like that in the United States and see them over there. I am not coming way over here I come over here to be in the country of Black people. Black folks are, running things. Black folks are doing well. That's what I want to see. And that's what I come over here for. I don't come over here, like I said, I want to go see them. I know where they at in the United States. I'm good. Now, look, somebody say Cape Town is safe. No, it's not. Actually, Durban is more safe. But, whatever. I mean, these people think, everywhere y'all go, I'm glad you say that. Why you got to go to Cape Town? That's a question. Why can't you do that in Europe? It's just a question. It's just a question. Well, why you want to keep coming to the African continent? Then, y'all, I got a video I'm going to do. Ooh, I got a large stream I'm going to do, but I got to wait to get back to do that one. This lady that works for SABC had the nerve to try to tell a Zimbabwe brother telling him about why is he complaining about South Africa and trying to tell him he should go back to Zimbabwe. Boy, that brother lit her up. But boy, I gotta wait till I get home and do that live stream. Oh no. I gotta cook. So keep on talking about Cape Town here. I'm gonna cook when I get back. I can't do it right now. Yes. The climate, everybody, man, it's chill out here in Durban. It's chill. Nobody's doing anything. The mall is very clean. Everything is clean. Like, it's so clean. Like, everybody tell me about, I want to go to New York City. I said, you don't want to go there. I said, that place is dirty. I love my brothers and sisters in New York City, but that place is dirty. Rats all over the place, big as a freaking cat. I didn't see all that out here in Durban where I'm at. Clean, like nothing on the street. The malls are clean. I mean, the malls are built like the architecture in such a nice way. And we was even talking about, I said, man, the Galleria night like this in Houston, like we were looking at that. So I'm not a fan of New York City. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the politics. You already know how I feel about the politics of New York. So I'm cool. I'm avoiding New York like the plague. You see me in New York, you better believe it's because I'm there to do some sort of work. And you better believe I'm getting right back on a plane and getting back to Texas. I do not like being in New York City. It's too dirty. No, I'd rather go to downtown Chicago. I don't like filth. I don't like filth. And it's not that it's the city's fault. It's not, the city don't clean right. You got that freaking pesky problem of rats over there. Instead of what's his name? Eric Adams worrying about some migrants. He need to be giving and fixing that rat problem because that breeds disease. But anyway, some things, some education I had to give while I was out here. That's for sure. Just some education about, I think Renelle Wade, she had saw the American dollar and she never really saw one. And something I saw her do, I had to educate the young sister about the American dollar. I had to educate her, just educating them about our history, the presidents, how they owned slaves and all of that. And they were like, they didn't realize that they were slave owners on our money. And I was telling them, every time Black Americans look at that money, I say it traumatizes the Black Americans because these are literally slaveholders they got on a dollar, on a currency. And the lady was like, oh, so that's like them putting the clerk, which is the last white president they had, under apartheid. They said, the clerk on our money. I said, yeah, can you imagine you looking at the clerk every day on your money? They said, no, we wouldn't like that. I said, exactly. I said, that's how it is with us as Black Americans. So, when you hear with African diaspora, it's a platform we're going to talk to our people, educate our people. We're going to help our people as much as possible. So yeah, that's just what we do here, because I found out that a lot of young people really don't know the depths of apartheid. And I told them, y'all really need to get that history. And so, I was talking to a few people here. I said, man, maybe a documentary or something needs to be done, produced by them here, of course, and we would like to be a part of it. But just to tell the story of apartheid in a modern way, because we don't want the young people to forget about apartheid. It's like we don't need to forget about slavery. Because if you forget about slavery, if they forget about apartheid, then it could happen again. And I told them folks down there in Cape Town, them folks in DA, and those South Africans know I'm talking about DA, them folks want y'all back in apartheid. You better believe that they want y'all back in apartheid. Because let's call it what it is. Y'all talking about fleeing homelands. Ain't nobody fleeing their homeland more than Europeans are. Europeans been fleeing. They fleeing down here to South Africa, Cape Town in particular, fleeing because they can't make it in Europe. They can't make it. They still, every time they run they behind where Black people at, every single time. And the only reason why they still kind of got Black Americans where they at, because, they've done a good job at propaganda. That's why I don't really go show the poverty of any African nation. I'm going to show you more so the luxury side of it. I'm going to show you, if you expecting me to go show you a bunch of, I can show you culture, and I don't mind doing that. And I will do that from time to time, especially if somebody say invite me and, I don't want to be rude. But I'm not the guy to try to show you poverty. I'm not going to show shanty towns. And I've told people that, and every person told me, Thank you for not doing that. We appreciate you not putting us out there like that. I said, why am I gonna do that? I said, I don't even do that to my people in America. You know, why would I put them out there? But I found out something. I found out that them folks has a shanty in Pretoria. Now, I'm interested in that because you had an apartheid and you in a shanty. I seen them begging on the street in Pretoria, ladies and gentlemen, begging. And that started a whole conversation that they was in apartheid doing black people all kind of wrong. Yeah, you begging on the street. So I think we need to investigate that. That's something to investigate. That is very interesting to me. So stay tuned. Because remember, we have reporters in South Africa, and more people has been coming up to me and would love to join the African diaspora out of South Africa. So yeah, we may can get that done eventually. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a person named Vince, okay? And Vince says, do you love all people? That's what Vince want to know, ladies and gentlemen. Do I love all people? Vince, first of all, I love God. That's what I love, Vince. Second of all, I love my family. My family. I love my community. And that's who I love, period. With human beings, mankind, I treat everybody peacefully. I'm at peace with all people. That's it. I got to focus my love on my community. I got to put my energy toward my community because my community needs help. They've been deprived globally. The folks have done them wrong. The folks have stolen from them. They continue still to this day, even in America, stealing our intellectual property, discriminating against us in America, discriminating against people in the continent, in the Caribbean, Afro-Latinos in Latin America. So I got to focus all my attention over there and what I'm doing, okay? That's it. And I have to break the propaganda that the folks put out against black people. So the propaganda you kind of put out, the folks, Vince, just to educate you, you put out propaganda like all of y'all are rich. So you have convinced most black people that you're rich. But the truth is the majority of you aren't rich. And from what I was told, there was a tour guide here in South Africa that had to go show that shanty in her own community because she was part of the folks' community. And she was upset that she had to show them. Why are y'all upset about showing your poverty? That's what I want to know. But I watched you go in Kenya in the slum and you taking pictures of black people in the slum. You're sitting up there filming black people in the slum. Why are other folks doing that? But all of a sudden, when I talk about maybe our journalists here in South Africa should go do a news piece over there and maybe talk to some of them and find out why are they in that condition when they were living in apartheid, when it's still unfair on the economic conditions in South Africa. Black people in South Africa don't own the land. Why do you think Julius is talking about the land? Why is he talking about it? Because these people still hold the land in a lot of economics. So you got the land and economics, and how do you end up in that condition? How? I mean, I think it's an interesting story. Do y'all think it's an interesting story? That how do you end up in that condition? I'm just curious. So that's what it is, Vince. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. Right there. Okay, that's all. No harm, no foul. It's just finding out why are you in that condition when you had all this privilege. That's it. But Gene, if you study their history, if you leave them alone by themselves, they usually fight against each other and they will destroy themselves from within. The only time they really are doing well, unless someone outside their community is around or they can oppress that particular community. because they easily get on code with each other to do the oppression of those people outside their community, no matter what group it is, right? Whether it's, Black people, Africans, Caribbeans, Afro-Latinos, whether it's Arabs, whether it's, Asian people, you name it. Think about it. They're always trying to figure out ways to oppress people outside of their community. And one thing I learned about them more and more, they do not want to go to Europe at all. They don't want to be there. They don't want to vacation there. They want to be in everyone else's country but their own. This is what I've also found out, ladies and gentlemen. So it's just interesting to me, and we got to explore those things for the safety, of Black people globally. That's all. Now, in South Africa, I was disappointed on some stories I was hearing about some of y'all brothers and sisters in South Africa, right? I was hearing some of y'all kind of put y'all head down at times when them folks come around. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, y'all, that apartheid is over. You don't put your head down to nobody. You hear me? You put your head up, square up, look people dead in their doggone eye, and tell them how you feel. You don't move to the other side of the street. You the doggone majority. Now, I'll tell you this. Anytime I have ever engaged them in America or even throughout even here, they always have respect for me. Never disrespected me. Not once. Why is that? Why do you think they respect me? It's not that they know what I do. Who cares what I do? I don't do crap enough, right? But they know I'm different. See, them folks gonna respect you when they know they can't intimidate you or whatever. I'm telling you, they will respect you a lot more. You don't hide. You don't look down. If they try to get out of line, you check them. You let them know. Say, hey, you know where you at? You in South Africa. That's where you at. If you don't want to act right, get your behind to the airport and carry yourself back where you come from. This is our country, period. And you gonna act right. And when you bring that kind of energy, that's when they're gonna respect you. It can't be just Julius or anybody like that. It can't just be them. It has to be everybody being on code together to get that right. Because I told some of the brothers and sisters here in South Africa, I said, the reason why some of them still act that way with you is because y'all let them. I said, and I told them on y'all as a group. You let them do that. I don't care what the ANC is doing. No, y'all as a community is letting these people get away with treating y'all certain kind of ways. And one thing I can tell you about the folks, they're bullies. Okay, now if you know anything about a bully will keep bullying you until you stop him or her. They will keep doing it. The bully don't have a sympathy for you. They don't care about you like that because they're bullies. Okay, so a bully only respect power. They respect pushback. They respect that. And I'm telling you, they're not even strong like that. They're really not. They don't have a heart like that. Listen, I'm a Black American. Okay, I'm telling you, as a Black American, they don't have a heart like that. How many times when you see us really take a stand as Black Americans, what happens? They back down every time. They have to bring out their militarized police force to try to stop us. And we still go toe-to-toe with their militarized police force. Look at recent history, George Floyd. Look at those protests. We are taking a stand. We're not ducking our head. Why? Because in our lineage, we have to stand up and take a fight. We a fighter's position. Because we know if we don't fight as Black Americans, then we're going to get ran over. Because, and listen, at least in South Africa, what I can say, y'all have way more freedom than we have. Even though you may look at we have some luxuries you don't have, but you have more freedom. You don't have all kind of people hostile against you as South Africans. Like, America brings in people of all communities, unfortunately, even within the diaspora, to make them hostile against their own people. It's supposed to be their own people. And I don't want to be around them Black Americans well, so they can assimilate, right? We got to not only fight the folks, we got to fight everybody. It's Black America against everybody. At least what I see in y'all in South Africa, y'all don't have that problem. To me, it's easier to thrive when everybody's not fighting you. Yes, you may have some difficulties. Yes, I get it. But you have to fight a lot. Definitely fight and get through it. But we are literally fighting the world. When I say it's Black America against everybody, it's literally Black America against everybody. Period. Period. That's what we're dealing with in America. That's why sometimes we're tired. And sometimes we need a break. I'm a big believer Black America need to take a break because we fight too much. We're fighting the banker. We're fighting the school teacher. We're fighting the police. We're fighting the people paying your bills. We're fighting everything. You fighting at the job. Fight. I mean, it gets old. It do. What Joy says when you've been told you're nobody, it takes time to reveal your self-image. You see yourself. Let me tell you something about that. Only way that works, unless you value the opinion of the person that told you that. I think what I would suggest the best attitude, and I think I told Renelle this the other day, because she was like, how do you get to that point where you can just say the things you say, you don't care? I told Renelle, I said, listen, when you get to a point in your life when you say, man, F them people. I don't care about them people. Like, who are they? Like, you ain't no God to me. You're nothing to me. You ain't worth a drop of piss to me. Once you get that attitude, there's nothing they can really say to you at that point. Because you don't value what they say. Somebody can break you down because you value what they say about you. That's the thing. You only value the people that's valuable to you in your life. You understand? Now, I see a person, Carlos Lindbergh. Y'all keep responding to this person, right? And I need to go back and see why y'all keep responding to this person. Let me go back. I need to fully see what they keep saying. Why is everybody responding to this person, Carlos Lindbergh? Okay. I don't know why. What are they saying here? Exactly, Gene. What can they do that they haven't done to us already? And South Africans, listen to your brother. What could they do to you they haven't done already? That is a good question. What could they do to you that they have not done already? Yeah, Eddie, Durban is beautiful. I tell Black America, look, y'all need to come to Durban. Oh, y'all need to come to Durban. I'm telling y'all need to come, take your family. Take them to Johannesburg and Durban. And I'm gonna repeat it again. I would tell Mark and Dr. Latasha, if we was to ever do something like this again, the only way I'm agree with it unless it's Johannesburg and Durban. Period. Nothing. No, not Cape Town. Because Cape Town don't need our dollars. They get enough of it from them Europeans. Oh, okay. You say Carlos and folks trolling on the live? Okay. Trolling on the live. Carlos say that he's open-minded. Okay. Well, Carlos, how do you feel about reparations if you're open-minded? I'm curious, Carlos. Can you respond to that? How do you feel about Black Americans getting reparations in the form of cash payments? How do you feel about that, Carlos? I'll wait. And Carlos, I need you to respond to that question. It's very important. If you do not respond to that question, I'm going to have to get you on out of here and everything. So, yeah, Carlos, how do you feel about reparations in the form of cash payments? Okay, Carlos said it should be paid. Okay, in cash payments, okay, that's good. Now, what are you doing to tell your brethren that they need to pay reparations to Black Americans? Carlos, are you helping Black Americans with that aspect? Because I'm seeing some of your comments, Carlos. That's why I just need to know. Let me see. One person says, I didn't like Black Americans because in 2016 I was in Missouri and one Black American told me that we sold them and my daughter was there and I don't like any Black Americans. Yet you're on a Black Americans platform. So why don't you like Black Americans? Oh, say now you're fine. You say, but now I'm fine. I guess you meant to say I can't blame all Black Americans. Well, the truth is, historically, if we know how it worked, when you're talking about the selling, if you know African history, opposing tribes would fight each other. And when one tribe lose against another tribe, they will make the other tribe indentured servants for a period of time. Let's say maybe a couple of years, up to 7 years. After that time period, then those people that was indentured servants would be brought into the new tribe that was conquered, right? But what happened, even indentured servitude in the African continent was not slavery like what happened to our ancestors, okay? So the selling that you're talking about is when the white man came along, he said, hey, they're your servants, can you have them? Well, shoot, I guess so. Yeah, what you got? Man, I got some rum, I got some forks, I got some guns, I got all this stuff. Like, shoot, man, okay, I mean, they can be your indentured servants. I get this. When they did that, they didn't think in their mind, oh, they're going to be in slavery to the day they died. And some of them, they was helping them catch slaves or catching the opposing tribes for them. They thought it was indentured servitude. And some of the people that helped them catch, they was put in slavery too. That's what's not talked about. So the so-called slavery or indentured servitude on the continent was not what these Europeans did, not by a long shot. But realistically speaking, that did happen. That happened. And that's okay to acknowledge that history. Now, I believe West Africa should be doing a lot more. Period. That's how I feel about it. But I believe go where you're welcomed, because the whole continent you can go to, right? But I still believe West Africa should be doing a lot more, and it can't be just Ghana talking about a year of return. No. West Africa should be the place to do it, but you don't have to do it, because I'm not going to say what I've been told was going to happen, at least in this country. But there's some good things for the diaspora that's going to start happening here too. So, hey, I say if South Africa open up, listen, South Africa, let me tell y'all something, because I know you were listening. I'm talking about some of you, ministers or some government officials. I want you to hear what I'm about to say. There's a lot of professional Black Americans that would love to come here to South Africa and bring their skills. They have plenty of skills. They're not being respected in America. A lot of times they're losing their jobs. We have Black American teachers. I heard there's a big need for teachers here. There's a lot of Black American teachers right now that walked away from public schools because they're not respected. They have created a culture in America where these kids are like heathens, literally, and they're frustrated. And they have left the profession. They've been leaving the profession every day because of that. They love to teach, but they didn't go to school to be a gladiator with a student, okay? So if you open up those opportunities for the teachers, they will come, or the healthcare professionals, they will come in our community. Different business owners in the Black community, they will come. I promise you, those Black Americans will come and help, to contribute to South Africa. Because plenty of people, even, one lady told me that they were trying to come up with a program where some of the teachers, if they want to come like during their break in the summer and come, teach here in South Africa, and facilitate that, hey, think about it. You get 3 months or so in South Africa, you're teaching, you're making some extra money or whatever, or you're just making a difference. There's a lot of people that would do that. I even told the lady, I said, look, I know a lot of Black Americans that would do that, because South Africa is very easy for you to plug in. It's like you can use your credit card or debit card everywhere. It's not like certain African countries where it's still cash everywhere and carrying that cash with you. No, you can use your card and you're fine. It is no different in America, right? On that, everybody speaks English. You don't have a language barrier problem. So you can easily get plugged into South Africa. I always tell y'all that. That's why I told you, if you go to the African continent, start with South Africa first, then branch out to everywhere else. Because I understand where we come from. because America doesn't teach us to deal with different cultures, we have culture shock. Like, oh my God, when you deal with, like when I went to Ethiopia the first time, I had culture shock because, I wasn't used to that. But hey, I understand cultures now, and I had a great time in Ethiopia. Great time. But yeah. Now, GTB Media, that's not okay. I will say this much. This is what I will say. The people that immigrate to America isn't the representatives of no brothers and sisters on the continent. That's number one. That I've been told many times by people. I hate when they do that. They say because they're making us look bad. And I told y'all this, and I got to hear it several times from them here. They say, why are they going over there doing that? They say, we're brothers. Why are they doing that? And as I explained, I said, no, they feel in order to get ahead, they have to go against Black Americans to please racist people. I said, that's what they're doing it for. They're doing it for money. I said, what they don't understand at the end of the day, they're going to, just like how they turned on Candace Owens, they're going to turn on them. And then when they get in trouble, they're gonna need Black America, and we're gonna not get the hell on. That's what's gonna happen. But I was told over and over and over that those people don't represent us, and we're pissed they're doing that. And so since I heard that, I'm really gonna be on y'all. So because y'all are really misrepresenting Africans on this continent. And I can't let y'all misrepresent those African brothers and sisters because you causing problems. You stirring up problems, and you got Black Americans feeling that the brothers and sisters on the continent hate them, and they don't. So I'm gonna be on y'all. I'm gonna be on y'all because I got to. Well, as I talk. Well, it's two things. One thing I believe in is trying to learn the cultures by talking to people and stay in my place. Certain things I don't say because I understand I stay in my place. Just like when in America, I got a place in America. Black America is my culture, so I'm gonna say certain things when I come here. But I told someone that I think there needs to be like a civics class for culture so people can learn as part of a program for maybe residency, so you can get acclimated, because certain things they say would be extremely offensive to us. Like, let me give you one word. So they use the term fetch. Now, to us, when you hear the word fetch, like fetch me that pencil, fetch me this, fetch me that. To us, we tell that to a dog. And I told them, I say, hey, if you go to America, don't use that term fetch. And say, huh? What's wrong with the word fetch? I say, in America, that's something you say to a dog. You don't say that to a human being. Like, I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah, you don't do this. They say, but what do you say if you go to America? I say, just ask them, say, could you please hand me, for example, right? I say, oh, okay. You say, yeah, but just tell them fetch. I say, no, don't do that. But it's learning also about the colored community, or just about colored, or what they see as colored. I learned a lot about that this trip. It's just a lot about the colored thing, right? I can go into that another time because it's getting kind of late. But anyway, it's learning culture, teaching them culture. I'm laughing just now. So I had one of our drivers that we had, a sister, and she told me her name, Kiafolo or something like that. I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to give you an American name. He said, oh, you'll give me an American name? I said, yeah. I said, based off of how you are, I said, your American name is Keisha. She said, Keisha? That's my American name? I said, yeah, your American name is Keisha. And she embraced Keisha. She said, I'm Keisha now. Okay. And she was so funny at just repeating it. He said, listen, no, stop. Keisha got it. So she embraced her American name, Keisha, and they all was laughing about that, and she was happy about being called Keisha and all of that. I said not look Keisha, just Keisha, So that was funny. That was funny. Because some of them look, I'm not good with names, okay, but look, I say you Keisha, you cool with it, fine, right? As long as she would have been offended by it, I wouldn't have said nothing else, no. But she was cool with it. She was really cool. Yeah, Keisha, yeah. Keisha was cool. I actually got, I can't show y'all right now, but Keisha actually did some videos with me. Believe it or not, I point out Keisha actually, and when the videos come out. But yeah, Keisha was cool people. I don't know what Lady Messenger mean about. So I do not know why people are saying we do not specialize in anything. Just you say what's wrong with Lakeisha? Well, she didn't fit what I would say a Lakeisha is. I think she was a Keisha. That's my opinion. If you want to call somebody Lakeisha, you can do that, and if they accept it, right? So okay, but how many people named Lakeisha till you call me Keisha? You know how many people I said that too? And said no, just call me Keisha. How many do you know? A lot of black women have said call me Keisha. Yeah, I just think Lakeisha comes with certain things. So I say Keisha. It's fine. Anyway, oh, okay. You respond to somebody in the chat. I got you. But anyway, let me go ahead and wrap this up. I got to get up in the morning. Well, you mentioned the scamming. I will say this much. I'm not saying you can't be scammed in any country. I mean, you can be scammed in America. So let's go there. There are people that scammed every day. Hello, Bernie Madoff. There's people scammed all the time in America. So don't act like you can't be scammed. There are people scamming you on trying to get your bank account and wipe it clean. How many stories we sure heard in America about that? Scamming is worldwide. When you come to places like South Africa, they got a little bit more, as long as you deal with reputable companies, you got Remax here, you got Property 24, Century 21, you got a lot of American companies that's doing real estate here if you want to deal with an American company. You're supposed to do your due diligence, much as possible. The Real South Africa has usually a a real estate tour. So go holler at, therealsouthafrica.com about their real estate tour. And they can help you with that if you want to do some real estate in South Africa. That way you got people on the ground that know what they're doing and they've been in the trenches. And I can tell you they got a lot of great relationships with people here. They're respected here. I can clearly see it. And they're Black Americans like you, so they understand your culture and also understand their culture. So they kind of get rid of a lot of because see what get you scammed in different countries. If you don't know the culture, you don't know a whole lot of things. So wouldn't it be better to go through a Black American company that can help you, that actually live in the country and prevent you from having a lot of pitfalls? You know what I'm saying? That way you won't get scammed. So there you go. If you ever move, yes, you still have to pay taxes to America if you move out. Hey, you know what? Jim, she loved the name Keisha. She loved it. She loved it. She loved it. She said, "Look, you always call me Keisha." I said, "Look, when any Black Americans come, tell them your name is Keisha. Watch how they respond." See, that would break the ice real quick with them to say you Keisha. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And if she didn't like it, Jim, I would have dropped it. That's just straight up. So it is what it is. All right. So let me let me go ahead and go because it's getting late. I'm gonna have to get up early. And yeah, so thank y'all for listening. And I'll try to catch y'all. I'm gonna have the mobile stream here. I can't do my normal streams, but hey, mobile stream is fine. So all right, we'll see y'all on the next one.
Hi, I'm Trevor Noah, and I'm South African. And because I'm South African, people from all over the world insist on asking me questions about South Africa. So, I decided to make an ad to answer some of those fascinating questions. Like, how cold and snowy is your Christmas? Well, Tracy, unfortunately, we can't afford snow. Nah, I'm just playing. We're in the Southern Hemisphere, which means when it's freezing in Connecticut, it's fantastic in Cape Town. Klaus sent me this one. Can you play golf in South Africa? Well, Klaus, we actually have some of the finest golf courses in the world, but judging by your 37 handicap, can you play golf? How many stars are your 5-star hotels? Brian wants to know, can I meet the lions? Well, I don't know if you want to meet them, but you can see them on safari. And get this, it's not just lions, Brian. We've got everything. There's elephants, there's rhinos, there's giraffes, there's buffaloes, there's leopards. Come on, man, expand your horizons. Ostriches. Is South Africa fun? Is it fun? Are you even watching this commercial, Michelle? Paragliding, bungee jumping, surfing, river rafting, shark cage diving, hot air balloons, hiking, cycling, wine tasting, whatever this guy's doing. Does that not look like fun to you, Michelle? Does that not look like fun? So, now that I've shown you South Africa, my only question is, when are you coming to experience it for yourself?
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.